welcome back. I'm here to bring you my updated brow tutorial. This is long overdue and I have owed you guys this video I owed you guys this video for quite some time. So I'm just really excited to do it today. I don't have a pillow under me. That's why I feel lower, I guess. I don't know. Not a big deal. So my brow routine hasn't changed drastically or anything like that, but I have switched like 1 to 2 products and I wanted to talk about grooming as well. So if you want to see how I do my brows, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in for you guys. I'm like trying to see in the viewfinder how good we're doing here. So I'm sorry if you can't see my mouth much, but I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. So I thought this was a perfect time to do my brows because the my little hairs are growing out and my hairs are very curly. So I'm loving the spoolie on the end of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. That has been my like holy grail pencil go-to brow tool at the moment. And I'm just really brushing my brows upwards, like so, to get and trim all of those little hairs that I got going on. I'm actually going to zoom in for you just a little more. 1 second. Oh, the pillow feels so much better. Anyways. So yeah, as you can see, like if you get little unruly hairs, this is how I usually do my grooming. About every couple of weeks I do go and get my brows threaded at my local mall. But there's one girl that I go to and I've been going to her for years. And then when I was in the city for college, I went to one lady always. But yeah, just in between I really try to like pluck any like stragglers I got going on. And then I go through and I clip after I brush them up. But as you can see, they like to molt and go back down. And sometimes proves difficult. So I'm just going to go through and start clipping. So many people ask like, why do I trim and keep them short? Well, if you want to have a nicely groomed brow, it is very hard to do so when the hairs are too long and they're unruly and moving around everywhere. So a huge thing with clipping is actually helping to keep a much more defined shape with your brow. And then I also brush down a little bit. Go that way, just some of these unruly guys that are like extremely long. Like some of them, it's a little outrageous how long they get. See, looking better already. And there you can tell, look how much more groomed that is already, right? I'm just going to go and do the other side as well real quick. Now, I don't hate the shape of my brows. I try to keep them pretty much like the natural shape that they go with. But I was that girl in 7th grade that would consistently like go to her friend's house and have her friend like wax her eyebrows off. So well, I'm lucky even with that, like what has grown back is like a-okay. So considering, I think I'm doing all right, guys. Okay, so after that, if I need to, I will take a tweezer and I will just pluck some of these little loose guys in here. I try not to over tweeze in between getting my brows threaded because it actually makes the threading more painful and a little more difficult to get out some of the ingrown hair. So another tip if you like to go get threading done. So for the sake of today, I don't really need to pluck much. There's like one stray guy, but he'll live. And then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in chocolate. Now, in my old video, and I'll say it again in this video, there are some great tips and tricks to helping you find where your natural arch is. I know the tried and true one is to literally take a pencil or something of this nature, literally lay it up against the notch of your nose, and right here, that is where your brow starts. I don't need to do this because I do my brows every day, so to go and measure them every day is a little unnecessary, but for the purpose of this, you want to take it and just line it up. And that's where your brow should start, right like that. I guess I should do this part like completely straight on, huh? Okay. So you want to line it up like that. That's where your brow should start. You want to lay it so that it goes completely diagonal and through the actual pupil of your eye. And that's where you can do like a little notch there. That is where your arch should be. Can you see that? Yeah? All the way through the eye. And then if you lay it up here against the edge and it creates a perfect line here with your eye, like so. you could make a little notch there, and that's where your brow should end technically. It's one of those guys. Cool. Do we get that? I call it the TikTok method, pretty much. So yeah, from there, I'm going to just take my brow definer. I love this guy. I've been using this now, God, what, half a year or so since it came out. It's awesome, guys. It's really awesome. So if you can see the actual tip of it, let's see if it does a zooming on my camera or not. This is what it looks like, okay? And it's like a flat-edged kind of doodle that we're working with here. And then the actual product comes out, and it's a little bit wider on the bottom and kind of triangles up on the top. And it's just a really cool tool to have. It makes doing your brows like dummy proof. Like literally, I think doing my brows, the time has been cut in half, and it's just so simple to work with. I can't get enough of it. So with that, I do go along the bottom of my brow first. Then I'm going to take my pencil and just start lining down here first and creating almost just a straight line following the shape of my brow, like so. And I just do kind of light wispy motions. The key is not to like press and drag the actual brow pencil, because that'll just create way too harsh of a line, and you want this to look as natural as possible. And I think another trick is just literally as you go, take the spoolie on the other end of the brow pencil and continue to always blend in the pencil with the brow. The more you blend, the better. And then I just go and I start to fill about 1/3 of the way in to the outer portion of the brow, and I just start to kind of fill in the hairs. Just again, see how I'm kind of doing light wispy? The heavier you go is as you're going towards the outer corner of the brow. In here on the inner corner, we want to stay nice and light and bright. Now, I do have, for some reason, like a patch of hair missing, and I don't even know what that's from. I couldn't even tell you. I do take this brow definer, and I just start to wisp towards the diagonal left of my face, and then upward like so. And I'm going to go in with that pencil again. And we're going to do some blending. Yeah, and we're starting to see the transformation. I'm going to specifically work on just this brow for now so you guys can see the difference between the two. And then, yeah, I mean, do it to your liking. I think some of the bold brows nowadays can look way too heavy. I'm talking girls that like, I'm trying to look at the brows in the viewfinder, like it almost looks like a block is here. And it's just as deep as possible all the way through the brow, instead of trying to keep this light and frothy and then kind of creating like the deeper as we go. So for the top of the brow, just to create a better, like fuller piece to the brow right here, I am going to take the brow definer and go along the top, again, about that 1/3 of the way in, and just light wisps and kind of like a curving swept motion, just to create the effect on the brow I want. And then at the tail end, I just kind of draw the way I want the brow to look, and then connect the top and the bottom. See? That makes sense? Ooh, something in my eye. Something in my eye. And then we can just really take our time filling in. Now, I also like to brush down sometimes and bring the hairs down. Fill in wherever it looks a little sparse. Then kind of pick and wisp the hairs back up into their natural stance. And move on. And there's kind of the difference between a normal brow and a groomed brow. Okay, so from here, I want to talk about cleaning up the actual hair. And I just realized I forgot the brush and the little doodad for that, so 1 second. Okay, so for the next portion of the demonstration, I'm gonna go in and clean up this brow. So this, guys, is my favorite little tool for the brows. I can't believe, I mean, for the price too. It's so affordable. It is the Sephora Brow Enhancer, Illuminating Brow Enhancer, okay? This thing comes in 3 or 4 different colors. The pencil was probably almost double the size when I got it. And it's so easy to clean up the brows with. And it's so much cheaper than wasting your concealer, not wasting, but using your concealer there. So I love this because it's just in a little pencil form. So I literally just take this to help clean up the brow, and I go along the arch where I want to start making that brow as crisp and beautiful as possible. And again, just in light kind of wispy motions. And then I go in with my little flat definer brush here from Sigma. This is the Sigma one, the E15. Yeah. And then I just start pressing and blending it down first. Like so. And then I kind of go along and just clean up the brow in any way I see fit. And then you can just take your finger or like a Q-tip and dab and swipe as you go, because you want this to look like an illusion. What you don't want is this like stark halo or penciled, like concealed looking color under your brow. It's just, it's not cute. We want to be cute. And just, again, instead of like pressing and trying to take on a whole lot of space, start in one place, kind of pull and wisp, wipe away, and then go on to your next little portion. It's just amazing how much it like turns around and cleans up the brow. Right now on top, sometimes I will take this definer and kind of just go along the top. If I need to. Do I do it often? No. But just if I need to, especially to clean up that tail end. Yeah. So that's the difference between the two. I definitely can see a difference. But I just think the way, brows are huge for how it shapes your face, what it can do for your makeup. I mean, a bold brow can really help also enhance a look. Like my eye look today is pretty bold. It's not over the top, but it's looking cute. And I think having this like brow shaped with my face, like just look at the difference, how much it just really like pulls and draws the drama, excuse me, of the eye, depending on the two. Now, my last little step, and I don't know why I keep this in the box at all times, don't mind me, is to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Why do I use this? Mainly because my hairs are sparse, but it does really, you just use it like a little mascara wand. It does really help tame and keep the brows looking amazing all day, especially if you're going to be running around. You need a little more of like a waterproof kind of feel to it. Use some brow gel. Just let it sit for like 30 seconds. You can fan it if you need to, but you don't need a lot. Just one like good swipe through the brows and you're all set. So yeah. Like it? Do we love? Do we love? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go do the other brow real quick. I'll be right back. I lied. I want to do it on camera just because I want you guys to see like this whole little quote that I always learned is that, you know, your brows are sisters, not twins. So to make them like as even as possible, but I'm still doing like the same motions on this side, same wisps up, but just following like my little routine has really helped me make these brows about as symmetrical as humanly possible, I think. And this side, because I'm right-handed, is always easier. It will forever be the easier brow because it is closer. And on that side of my face. Alright guys, so that is all for today. These are the brows. Hey girl, I'm loving this. But yeah, I just wanted to walk you through what I've been using. So step one was to groom, pluck, trim as you need to keep the brow hair short so it gives you a better shape. Step two is to go through with the brow definer or your favorite pencil that has a spoolie on the end. It really does help to blend out the product as you go. And step three is to clean up using my little brow enhancer and my flat definer brush. And then step four is to set everything with the clear brow gel. I think it's pretty simple. I think you guys can do it. I know you guys can. But yeah, I know everybody wanted to talk about my updated brow routine. I think a big part of it was letting my brows grow out and get a little ruly and gross for a little bit to get back kind of this thicker shape. Not that my brows were super thin, but I found the way they were looking was more unnatural because I didn't have hair to really fill it out. You know, so the more you fill out your hairs, the more you can just kind of play around with what you have as opposed to like trying to create and draw something from scratch. And then it never looks the same. It obviously never looks the same. So yeah, that's my updated brow routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to show you some other videos, blah, 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 you know, all that good stuff. I always say the same thing. Do we like this highlight today? Summer's upon us, guys. I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you'd like to see out down below, as well as we move on into summer. And yeah, have a good week. It's Monday, so have a really good week, guys, okay? Bye!